Hi guys, I don't know about you, but I used to really dislike commuting to work. I used to, when I was playing for Sheffield United, I used to commute from Staffordshire, where I was living, all the way over to Yorkshire, and it used to take me an hour and a half get there, an hour and a half to get back. As much as I love playing for Sheffield United, the commute was painful. And then I eventually moved to Sheffield, which was great. But this is where, from a trading point of view, the morning move comes into play if you really do dislike commuting to work, especially in the winter when it's pouring with rain. This strategy, this philosophy that I use, the morning move, and there's loads of videos on the channel around the morning move. This is what I do every day. This is what I'm looking for every morning before 9 a.m. I, as a trader, want to go and make my day's money, my day's profit before 9 a.m. Now, most people, are starting work at 9 a.m. in the morning. And for me, I'm sort of wanting to be finished my day's work in the morning. Not always the case. I don't always get my day's money in the morning session. I'm very much looking for those trades where I can go and get the profits, bank those profits and be done. Enjoy the sun now. The spring's here and the sun is starting to shine here in the UK. And this is a great time for morning move trades. And I want to walk you through this morning's move on the German DAX and why I was short in this trade, what I was looking for, and the sort of process, the step-by-step process that I look to use every day when I'm going for the morning move. So let's dive into the charts. Okay, nice £1,800 profit. Now you can see here that the DAX is really dropping. Okay, it's dropped from 23,300 on this 4-hour candlestick. Now, as a day trader, I use 5-minute and 2-minute charts to get into trades. Okay, these are my trigger time frames. This is the time frame I enter trades on. However, when I'm looking for what we call bias meaning which direction is the next candlestick going to go. Now, I'm not a big believer in, when I'm day trading, looking at trends from years back or 6 months or 3 months. I'm just looking as a day trader to where the price is going to go, whether it's going to go up or down, pretty much on the next several candlesticks. Okay, next couple of candlesticks. Now, you can see here, last night we had this red arrow. Now for me, that red arrow means that the pressure is down. Okay, we should be going down. Now green arrow means we should be looking for longs at some point. Red arrow means we should be looking for shorts, at some point. So last night, it was Fed announcement. We had interest rate decision out of the US. We closed basically last night with this red arrow late last night. Now, there's not much trading that goes on after 8, 9 o'clock at night, really. So as I come into the European session this morning, I'm going, right, well, the pressure is likely to be down. That's my bias. That's my anchor chart. And then what I do then, guys, is I then need to go to a trigger. Because if I'm just using a 4-hour time frame, the stop and the entry, they're actually quite wide. So if they're quite wide from entry to stop, then my position size starts to really get smaller and smaller. All right. So what I want to do is try and get in on smaller time frames, have a tighter stop, and then I can build. I can build. And you see those positions, it was £1,800 profit. It didn't take much to get £1,800 profit pretty quickly. And that's the spread betting account, by the way. So all the profits are tax-free. But as we get then the red signal in line with what my bias is, so it's a red color, in line with the red arrow on the anchor chart, and you can use the 60-minute anchor chart if you wanted to, I then start to short. Okay, so first one here early, break-even trade. Second one here, we get momentum pointing down, PTS, and tracks turn red. So when all the tracks are red and everything is red down here, it's a no-brainer. It's so easy to do. I'm then, looking, going and saying, right, there's my trigger. There's my trigger. Now, as it starts to go down, or as it goes in my favor, as the trade starts to push in my favor, I then add more positions. As you can see, I'm shorting more. Shorting meaning that the price I want to go down in value. So I short more and add to the position. Now the DAX is quite a volatile market. You know, it's moved literally, what, nearly 400 points this morning. Okay, so you've got to position size correctly. Don't go too much position size, because if you get the trade wrong, then you're going to have a hefty loss on the trade. So position sizing is so important when you're doing these morning moves. And you've got to work out your percentage loss on the trade. So as the trade starts to go in my favor, I just don't do one entry. Now, I'm not sure where I entered on these trades again. I can't remember. I have to look at the account. But look, what I'm saying is, if my stop is here and my entry's here, as it goes in my favor, I'm moving my stop below my entry. Okay, and as it moves down, and then I do another entry, and then I move the stop as it goes in my direction. I move the stop to break even, so I can't lose on the trade. I can't lose. So as the trade progresses down, I've got these different entries. Okay, and basically what's happening is I'm going to risk-free on all of them. And then once I see a signal to get out the trade, then I bank the profits. All right, so a really nice move down today. It's called managing the trade. I'm managing the trade. This is where I find new traders, they find it challenging how to manage a trade. It's easy to get into the trade because they're desperate to trade and to get in as a day trader, but you've got to wait patiently for the signal. This is the trigger signal time frame. In this case was a 5-minute chart taken from the 4-hour bias, and then I go in the trade, get in the trade as the signal turns red, then I put my stop in, and if I get stopped out, then I look for another signal. But as it starts to move in my direction, I get my stop, I move my stop to break even, I go risk-free on the trade, risk-free on the trade, risk-free on the trade. It just comes with a little bit of experience and understanding, is the move going to be a big move? In this case, the DAX was a really nice big move today. Okay, really nice trade to the downside. Okay, guys, so that's how we traded this morning's move. It's all about getting that bias right into then the trigger, and then just looking at the colors, just managing the trade, and just basically then, if you want to, you can add to the position. If you just do one position, that's fine. But you have to manage the trade, and you have to get more reward than you're risking on majority of your trades. In this case scenario, if I look at the PTS here target, or an area where I've got to do something, so we have these areas, these numbers here, where it tells you what to do. You've got to do something in these areas. This is my risk here is 1. My reward is 5.6. If I just shorted here with one position, I've made 5 times my risk. That's how you grow a trading account, by going for those big moves in the morning move, because the morning move in Europe is really strong most of the time, and you can go and get some very nice profits before 9 a.m. All right, guys. So look, if you want to work with me and trade the morning move with me, guys, there is a booking callback link in the description down below. Jump on this. You'll get the software with me, and you'll be watching me do this live alongside Dan as well every single morning, trading this morning move. We are going for our day's money before everybody sort of starts their day's work, and that's what it's all about. And we're trying to go and make our money before 9 a.m. every sort of morning. Hope it helps, guys. And don't forget, dive into that callback, and I'll see you in the trading room.